Okay, it's February 2025. I want to show you my new book. My new book is called Best Christian Songs. Here's the back of it. The picture is really the Sacred Heart of Jesus by Pompeo Bottoni. And so what is this all about? Best Christian Songs. Basically, I've cataloged all of Christian music. I start with an opener that shows the greatest Christian songs ever. About 20 of them, like the 20 greatest songs in alphabetical order. So starting with Amazing Grace, of course. And then in the book itself, I go through religious songs, and then this is the table of contents here. Then I go through Christmas carols, happy love songs. I consider a lot of music that might be, you could call it soft rock. It's not a religious Christian song, but it only comes out of a Christian tradition, so I call it a Christian song, okay? So I will include that also. Then, of course, I include Irish songs, and I do all the Spanish songs. But what this especially is, there's many pages. There's about 70-something pages, or no, more than that. There's 80 to 90 pages of just religious songs and Christmas carols. And what do you do with this book? You would go and watch them on YouTube or wherever you want to listen to them, Spotify or any video channel. You listen to them, and you say, well, why am I doing this? And then I also have pictures of like the best Christmas albums, the best singers, all of these pictures, so you can know who the artists are. And then the reason I do it, so here's the thickness of the book, it's not that thick, is I wanted to catalog all this stuff, because what a lot of people don't realize is I see the world is changing. Everything used to be hard copy, albums is what I listened to when I was growing up. And then there was the audio CDs. And nowadays most things are digital. People just watch YouTube or some other video channel, and not that many people own hard copies. And what I'm saying is I see a vulnerability in all this. It seems to me that some of the really rich people in this world want to get rid of Western civilization, get rid of Christianity, and basically if all the audio CDs are disappeared and the DVDs and the hard copies of these songs, the albums and all that stuff, it's not a big stretch that these could just be progressively deleted from the internet. I have seen some popular Christian songs that have been deleted from the internet. All right, so I've been collecting all this musical stuff ever since I was a young guy. I used to have many hundreds of CDs, and it's a long story how that all went. But I really enjoyed it, and I've had a pretty widespread, diverse background in music. My father was an old Irish guy, all the Irish classical music and all the Irish folk and traditional music. My mother really liked Strauss and all the waltzes, and I listened to all that stuff growing up, and Vivaldi and whatnot. Then I dated a lady musician from Juilliard who was a piano player, and man, she introduced me to everything you could in classical music. Then I was hanging out with the wrestlers in California. They all listen to country music and heavy metal. And so I've been introduced to a ton of stuff. Plus at work, I used to have some friends. We'd all sit in the same room and we'd listen to music, and we'd all judge the music and talk about it. So it's been a long story, but I've gone through hundreds of thousands of hours of, I don't know how many, I don't count them, but it was day after day for years. We listened to music and talk about it all day long. So I then kind of started collecting it and organizing it. I made an old website called RogersDiet.com, but I didn't know much at the time I made that website. It was about in 2005 or something like that, and I haven't even kept the site up. You might be able to go to it, but it's not kept up. Anyways, so I think it's a beautiful book, and I wanted to categorize all this music so it doesn't get lost. And you can quickly find it. You'll learn all the music right here. So I realize a lot of people probably are not too excited about this book, but I am. I love it. And I'll run videos over the course of time about the best songs and all the different categories. So I hope you enjoy it. That's where things are at in this. So it's Best Christian Songs. That's the new book, just came out.